Hey everybody, kamusta na? It's your Sir Elvy again as we continue our discussion on taxation. I know we are so excited for our midsummer exam. Sino excited na? Like, excited, sir, I'm so excited. Or, sir, why pa ko taon or something. No, hopefully matapos na natin tonight and we're discussing Module 6. So, ang ating midsummer from Module 1 to Module 6 now until output VAT zero rated sales. So tonight, I will just go over sa ating module and siguro hindi man tanan natin nga i-discuss, no? Just those important lessons lang nga at least magagamit natin, no, sa ating exam, and some things sabi very redundant lang siya, like on the importation, on kumbaga na-discuss na natin before. So for the para maging efficient na natin nga time discussion tonight, no, we'll just go over sa mga important things, okay? Hindi na ako magdugay. I know you have a good night rest sa ating nga Sunday, and we have a very fruitful discussion last Saturday, ano? And hopefully may nakuha ka mo nga something like some sort of motivation. It's, sabi ko nga, it's more than that positive thinking. It's more than that. It's talking about our deepest why. Now, why we are doing this. Why I am doing this to you. I just want to give everything that I have tonight and hopefully ma-impart ko sa inyo ang knowledge or how to elaborate these things sa ating module. Halos tanan actually guys, given na tanan sa ating module. It's just that how you can eat it or bite it one page at a time. No? Sometimes though, super crowded ka, ang tulunan ko sa ating libro, it's so heavy na, no? But take courage, okay? Just have that confident expectation that you will get through this, okay? So excited sa 1.0 grade or 1.25, type on the live chat what you want na grade, no, at the end of this midsummer, okay? I myself, I'm so excited for these new learnings. Even I, nag-learn ako sa ating studies, and I am so excited as well as we continue to read through. And one thing lang gusto ko sa inyo tonight, just have that presence of mind. Bisan din na kamo, wala man kami signal or something, right? As I promised, so we will have some perks, no, this week. I will just announce, no, sa ating free load or free, no, mga naman kinanglan natin, free ensaymada or something, no, that would siguro it's not to entice you but to give you some sort of motivation. And I know hindi man ako makabayad sa inyo nga effort, hindi ko mabayaran ninyo nga routine sa studies niyo, but you know guys, I'm so proud of you. Saludo gid ako sa inyo. Yung nakaya nyo ang 3 subjects, no, for this summer, and I know it's very challenging sa inyong part. And I am here just to kumbaga, I'm just an older brother para sa inyo, no? I'm just here to inspire you, to give you some sort of motivation to live just another day in your life. No, just be in the moment, guys. Just be in the kumbaga daw, the present sa ating topic tonight. Okay? Set aside those negative thoughts. Set aside those mga stress ninyo. Okay? So we're doing this and just to give you hope. Okay? Just to give you a glance. Hindi ko man ma-explain tanan guys ang ating discussion tonight, but hopefully I could give my best to all of you, okay? Okay. Let's start. Module 6 for output VAT. Zero rated sales ang ating topic. Again, ang ating module, we give credit to Mr. Banggawan, Business and Trade Taxation 2019 edition, okay? So our objective tonight, I will go siguro as fast as I can because we have so many slides nga i-discuss, okay? So we can well, kung hindi man nag-get sa ating previous nga minutes nga discussion, you can scroll back naman sa ating YouTube YouTube live natin. Okay? Okay. Objective natin tonight, simple lang. 1 and 2. Okay? Concept of zero-rated sales. I-discuss natin ang difference between VAT exemption and zero rating. So, anong ginamin kung exempted siya sa VAT? Anong ginamin niya kung zero-rated ang sale? Okay? And second part sa ating discussion, zero-rated sales of goods. Okay? Zero-rated sa export sales and effectively zero-rated sales. It's just very technical lang siya. Damo ka kinanglan tandaan nga enumeration. Damo ka kinanglan tawag di. Hindi man memorize, no? Kundi makuha mo lang ang concept niya. Why? Tama na yung natabo. Okay? Okay. So first part, we will discuss ang concept of zero-rated sale. Anong difference ng VAT exemption and zero rating? So we will discuss each distinction sa VAT exemption and zero rating. Okay, ano ginasiling ko nun sa zero-rated? Okay, na sales. Basically, foreign consumptions. Example, mga export sales na ton. Zero-rated siya. Export meaning from the Philippines, di ba, mag-go abroad ang imo nga product. So, ginabaligya mo sagwa. So, export sale. So, usually or basically, kung wala man yung mga exemption, mga zero-rated na siya na sale. And also, foreign consumption like export of goods or services is not charged with consumption taxes. Consumption taxes like mga VAT, hence, mga export sales naton of VAT taxpayers are subject to VAT. Subject siya sa VAT pero zero ang rate niya, zero ang percentage. Export sales of a non-VAT taxpayer are exempt from, okay, kung non-VAT naman siya, syempre exempted siya sa 3% general percentage tax. Okay, ano ko ng benefit sa zero rating? Okay? Ang benefit niya, okay, the zero-rated sale will have a zero output VAT, pero with a deductible input VAT. So, in short, kung may zero-rated sale ka, wala ka balayran nga output VAT kay BIR. Kundi, may deductible ka nga input VAT. As such, the taxpayer will fully recover the VAT he paid on his domestic purchases and on importation either by credit to any tax liability. In short, amo na ang benefit niya. Wala siya output VAT na balayran sa BIR, pero may input VAT siya nga pwede i-deduct sa iya nga mga purchases diri sa mga domestic sales niya sa Philippines, within the Philippines. Di ba kung within the Philippines lang, domestic sales, meron siya balayran nga output VAT. So pwede niya magamit ang related dito sa zero-rated sale nga purchases. Okay? I-compare natin anong difference sa zero-rated sales and exempt sales. Pareho sila, okay, will not have output VAT. Wala silang output VAT. Kaya siyempre exempt sale siya, di ba? So, wala siya output VAT. And ang zero-rated exempt, in both cases, the taxpayer does not pay VAT. Okay? In most cases. Not all cases, kundi in most cases because may mga exemption na that later. Okay? The difference lies in the treatment of input VAT. The input VAT, in the case of exempt sale, is non-creditable and non-refundable. Okay? Simple term, yung input VAT sa giniscuss natin, kung zero-rated sale siya, vatable siya pero zero, so pwede may input. Okay? Zero-rated, vatable siya, zero lang ang percentage. Tapos may input VAT benefit siya. Here comes exempt sales. Exempted, wala man siya output VAT, pero wala man siya input tax na pwede credit dito sa mga bayaran niya sa mga domestic. Okay? Nagets yung ang difference? Zero-rated versus exempt sales. To illustrate, no? Assuming Rizal Corporation, meron siyang gimbakal, okay? 350,000 worth ng goods, excluding na 42,000 input tax sa mga purchase siya. It exported, so nag-export siya sa 12,000 which is equivalent to 510,000. Okay? And 10,000 in expenses. What if kuno sa first illustration natin, what if si Rizal Corporation is a VAT taxpayer? Meaning kung VAT taxpayer siya, pag-export niya, zero rated ang sales. Tama? So may pwede siya maklaim nga input tax na related dito. Okay? Zero output VAT, pero ang input VAT niya, say yung local purchases, 42,000. So may excess input VAT siya, di ba? 42,000 excess input VAT on zero rated sales is claimable. Pwede yung maklaim in full as a tax credit against other output VAT niya dito sa Philippines. Okay? So, zero ang VAT niya, output VAT sa export sales niya, pwede siya makaklaim sa input VAT na related dito sa export niya. Pwede niya mag-deduct diri sa iyang balaran sa output VAT. Okay, assuming ko si Rizal Corporation is subject to 30% corporate income tax. It shall compute its taxable income. Amo na siya ang iyang computation. Okay? 10,000, di ba? May sales siyang 510. 510, no? Kisa doon na paus ka na. Pero sige lang, go lang. Okay. Less mo ang cost sang gimbakal niya, 350,000, di ba? Gross income, then less ang mga deduction, 150,000. Multiply by, just correct your notes guys. This is 30%, no? Pa-correct na lang please. So, 45,000 income tax due niya. The input VAT cannot be claimed as deduction against gross income in income taxation because it is a tax credit or a tax refund. So, hindi siya pwede ma-claim kailain man ang nature sila. So, it's a, kumbaga, income taxation. Kaya, ari ang aton nga ginistoryahan sa VAT naman is reporting, di ba, sa BIR. Ang aton nga mga VATable sales, it's different naman, di ba? Input VAT cannot be claimed as a deduction against gross income. Hindi siya pwede ma-claim. It's a different type sa aton nga filing. Okay? Assuming non-VAT siya. So, meaning non-VAT, di ba? Generally, subject siya sa 3% na percentage tax. Okay? Mag-compute kita. Cost of goods sold, 42,000. Di na lang 42,000, sir. Amo na siya ang input tax kanina. So, you don't recognize input tax as input tax nga dito sa mga balance sheet. Kundi gina-recognize mo siya as part sa mga cost of goods sold. Part 1 siya sa expense mo. Okay? That's why naging 392. And same computation, just i-correct nyo lang guys ha. I think may mga ang numbers natin, percentage, di ba? Ang assumption kanina is 30%. So times mo 30%. The input VAT is claimed as deduction against gross income. Its tax benefits to the taxpayer is only 30% sang 42,000. So we'll just correct it guys, no, sa ating computation. Kaya something is missing lang diri sa ating di ba may its tax benefits to the taxpayer is only 30% sang 42,000. Di nagalin ang 42,000 input tax, di ba? Dire. So 30% sina. Pwede ang part sang iyang benefits, okay? Thus, VAT exempt sales result in partial. So partial lang relief to the taxpayer while zero rated is a total relief. Sa babaw, zero rated siya, di ba? Hindi rin naman sa dalom. Rather, ang dire sa ating example kagina, kung sa zero rated sales naton, tanan, fully recover, no? 100% sa input VAT. Pwede yung ma-deduct. Except lang dire sa exempt sales, it's a different treatment. VAT exempt sales result in partial relief to the taxpayer. Partial lang, portion lang siya. Okay? So to summarize ang ating table of comparison, input VAT, wala siya. Output, pareho sa VAT exempt and zero rated. Ang input VAT treatment, deductible against gross income kung VAT exempt siya na sales. Creditable or refundable naman sa zero rated. Extent sang relief natin sa tax. Diba? Doon nagbalis ka na lang nagmuna lang sa zero rated sales kagina. Full relief kung zero rated and partial relief lang kung VAT exempt. Okay? So second part. First part na to actually super lang siya, super short lang, di ba? Ang ato niya second part medyo malawig-lawig na siya, but please bear with me. Okay? We will discuss some I think vital parts ng ato niya export sales. So ano ang mga exemption dira, paano naging zero rated siya nga sales sa goods, zero rated sa services, and different types of sales na related diri sa zero rated. And effectively, anong ginatawag na effectively zero rated sales? Okay. Zero rated sales of goods, there are two types. No? There is babaw. As we discussed, may two types kitang zero-rated sales of goods. Number one, export sales, and number two, effectively zero-rate or zero-rated sales. Eventually, kung magambal kita ng export sales, will only include the following. So, i-discuss na natin ng tatlo under export sales. So, paano magambal nga direct export? Ano ginamin sang sale kung nabaligya kaya sa economic zones and tourism enterprise. Okay, number 3, sale of goods, properties, etc. engage in international shipping or international air, okay, operations. So, okay, number 1, direct export. Ano ko nang both silingon sang direct export naton? Is the sale ang actual shipment of goods from the Philippines, okay, to a foreign country irrespective of any arrangement sa shipping. Regardless, that influences or determines the transfer of ownership of the goods so exported. Ang required is paid for in acceptable foreign currency or its equivalent in goods or services. So, ang requirement ko under sa direct export, duha ka bilog. Paid for in acceptable foreign currency. So, gimbayaran siya sa acceptable nga foreign currency. Number 2, accounted, no? In accordance with the rules and regulations sa BSP, meaning ang currency naging usar, di ba? Sa pag-consummate or pag-transact no, sa export sales naton. Illustration naton dire, XLT company, nagbaligya siya the following. Sa resident alien, so place delivered, okay, within the Philippines, so naka-receive siya sang $15,000 nga cash from the resident alien, okay. So, is it a acceptable foreign currency? Yes. So, dollar, di ba? Visiting tourists. So, from outside the Philippines, so may mga turista. Okay? From the Philippines, I'm gonna take F na tanong. 420,000 nga cash. So, it's a acceptable manggapon nga foreign currency. A Filipino employee in Japan. So, ging export niya ang iyang sale dito sa Japan. So, nag-receive siya sa 800,000 yen, no? Na cash. And a business in Indonesia. Indonesia, ang place nga gin-deliver. So, gin-deliver sa Indonesia, $10,000 in services. So, mix, no? Mix ang iyang negosyo or business. Relevant conversion, so naka-statement kung anong conversion niya. Okay, 52, 60, and 0.5. Okay, the following are zero-rated. Ano ang mga zero-rated? Okay, from the Philippines to other country, diba? Zero-rated siya. Export sales. Okay, Japan and Indonesia. So, kapag zero rated sale, convert mo. So, total natin sa zero rated sale. Kaya syempre ang ang place ng delivery is within the Philippines lang. So, hindi siya matawag na export sales, di ba? Domestic consumption are subject to 12% na VAT. Okay, within the Philippines mo lang, there's no export sale. So, di ba, may requirement kita na direct export siya. So, hindi siya ma-consider as direct export. Therefore, subject siya sa 12% niya VAT. Okay. Illustration natin number 2, no? A VAT-registered export trader had the following export sales. So, processed food and fruits and vegetable. So, both are zero rated because from the Philippines to, di ba, nag-export siya. So, technically, zero rated siya. Whereas, ang fruits gani within the Philippines, di ba, ang selling VAT exempt siya, di ba? VAT exempt sale. So, they are zero rated for foreign consumption. Okay, liwaton ko. Ang fruits and vegetables are VAT exempt for domestic consumption. Kung within the Philippines lang, nagbaligya ka sang fruits and vegetable. So, for domestic, VAT exempt siya. But they are zero rated for foreign consumption. Okay? VAT exempt ang fruits, pero pag export mo, ngayon mo siya nga zero rated for foreign consumption. The input VAT on both exports shall be creditable against output VAT or claimable through refund or tax credit. So, nakuha nyo? So, pwede siya, since zero rated, parehos ang sales, ang input VAT nga related dito sa pag-export niya, ang mga ging export na product, subject, pwede siya credit or claim against output VAT. Okay? What if kuno si XHI Corporation is a non-VAT? Kaya sa babaw natin example, VAT siya. Export sales shall be considered exempt. So, magiging exempt na siya. Okay, only, di ba nga ito nga discussion for VAT ang mga export sales for VAT. So, magiging considered exempt siya. But XHI can claim the input VAT as expense. Okay, exempt ang sale kung non-VAT. Okay? Kaya syempre hindi man siya subject sa VAT, so percentage siya dun. Exempt na, pero pwede siya makaklaim sa input VAT as expense. Pwede siya makaklaim as expense. Okay? Hindi siya pwede makarecord sa input VAT creditable, di ba, sa balance sheet niya. Pero pwede niya makonsider as expense. Okay? Sa line item siya sa profit and loss. Export commission and consignment. Kaya kinanglanan na itong tandaan dire. Registered shall include commission income. So, pud na ang mga commission, di ba? Kung ga-export ka, tapos mayara kang mga commission na style, siupod mo na sa mga income or sa mga sales. However, ang exportation ng isang goods on consignment shall not be considered export until the export products consigned abroad are in fact sold by a consignee. Okay? Tandaan natin ng however. Okay? In general, export, commission, and consignment part siya sa export sales na zero rated. But, or however, ulaton gidanay, okay? Ulaton gidanay nga ang consign niya nga goods dito sa abroad is actually nabaligya din man. And that's the time na pwede siya ma-consider as export sales. Okay? Sale to economic zones or tourism zones. By legal fiction daw, economic zones, including tourism zones, are considered foreign territories. Okay? Meaning, ang mga economic zones like, I think ma-consider sa mega world area ang IT zone, di ba? IT economic zones. Nga ang mga BPO is from other countries, tapos put up sila di business. Foreign territory siya. Okay? Hence, the sales to locators within the Philippines siya, di ba? Pero ang BPO is from outside, mga foreigner. So, technically, locators, ang mga sales natin sa ila in these zones are ang tawag, technical exportation. There's no kumbaga daw wala naman nagwa technically within the parameters ng Philippine, di ba, jurisdiction. But within the Philippines, so put up sila business, makonsider na nga foreign territories gapon. Okay? So that's why, ang tandaan natin, technical exportation. Okay. Ano mga example sa Philippine Eco Zones? So may ginatawag kita nga PEZA, Cagayan Special Economic Zone. So, and the list will follow, no? So, muna siya. So, naka-state ang saulo natin ang 8 kabilog. So, I think it's not part ng atong example kanina, no? Mga BPO. May mga ano lang, ang mga special zones lang din nga naka-state. So, ang 8 nga niya, actually, we need to memorize. Although there are BPOs like sa dire nga situated sa Mandurriao, no? Meron na nga PEZA, sila accredited. So VAT exempt sila, no? So ang sale naton sa ila could be considered as zero rated magyapon. May mga PEZA certificate na sila. Okay? The zero rating of sales to registered enterprises kuno in the train law was give veto siya ni President, thereby creating that impression that locators will then be subject to 12% VAT. The zero rating of sales to registered enterprises kuno amo lang naangging sa tourism zones or economic zones amo naangging veto ni President, since the train law did not repeal. Okay? Ang train law wala gibayluhan ang RA 7916, the Special Economic Zone Act, which provides na ang special economic zones are to be operated and managed as a separate customs territory. The DOF maintained the status quo. So, wala magyapon. Accordingly, the sales to PEZA locators will still, okay, ma-prevail, syempre mas bugat ang Republic Act, di ba? Compared sa train law, wala man sila nag-repeal sang Section 8. So, i-assume natin gapon nga it's a zero rated gapon until a contrary law or regulation is passed. Needless to say, passing VAT to PEZA locators, which are primarily exporters, would result in voluminous claim for refunds or credits, causing additional unnecessary workloads to the kumbaga daw additional workloads sa BIR kung ma-pass on kapag isang VAT sa mga PEZA locators. So better not to charge them 12% ng VAT. Okay? As we move on, the sale of goods, supplies, equipment, and fuel to persons engaged in international shipping or international air transport operation would be considered as, di ba, export sales. Yeah? Generally consumed outside the Philippines. The sale to these entities is a foreign consumption rather than a domestic. Siyempre, international siya eh. So, foreign consumption siya. Hence, these are subject to zero-rated VAT. Okay, tandaan natin, international shipping or sa air transport operations. Okay? Zero rating is limited to goods, supplies, and equipment and fuel pertaining to attributable to the transport of goods and passengers from a port in the Philippines directly to a foreign port or vice versa without docking or stopping at any port in the Philippines unless docking or stopping, no? Puro lang docking and stopping for the purpose of unloading passengers and cargoes. Okay, in short, zero rated ang aton nga basta magambal ka nga international shipping and international air transport. Mula nang tandaan natin. Okay? Example, si Balam Company, VAT taxpayer siya, nagbaligya sa sang supply sa Pan Pacific Airlines. So, ang airline is a international operation. So, ang domestic operation, syempre, diba, the sale of supplies to airlines domestic operation is, kung domestic operation siya gani, so within the Philippines lang, although international siya, diba? So kaso ang iyang one is within the Philippines lang, so subject siya sa 12% VAT. So ang sale naman sa international operation, sa mga supplies nila for international related, basta kanyang key term is international, guys, amo lang na ang zero rated nga VAT. Okay? Again, sa true or false, no? Kung VAT taxpayer siya, vatable siya pero 0%. Kung non-VAT siya, ano tawag sa iya? VAT exempt. Okay? Effectively, zero-rated sales. Ano meaning sina? Refers to sales to person or entities whose exemption under special laws. So may special laws nga cover. So that's why ginatawag siyang effectively zero-rated, to which Philippines is a signatory, effectively subject such sales to zero rate. So in general, di ba subject sa VAT tanang nga sales. So in general naman, tanang nga export sales are zero rated. Exempt, no? May mga exemption man siya gapon. Meron mga things nga hindi siya zero rated, subject siya tani sa VAT, pero may mga effectively zero rated sales kita. So I hope nag-go over yung list, no? Amo ni mga example natin nga ging-grant sila sang indirect tax exemption under special laws. So, kumbaga may cover sa ila nga special laws. Okay, ADB, sa rice research naton, UN, that covers WHO, UNICEF, okay? USAID, nga naman mga embassy, qualified, employees, and dependents, subject to reciprocity rule. Reciprocity meaning kung ang ilang country exempted man ang Philippines, no, or mga Filipinos dito, amo na daw may reciprocal relationship or reciprocal rule. So kung ano dito, dapat dire sa Philippines applicable man siya nga kumbaga do mga benefits nila. Okay? National Red Cross, Philippine National Red Cross. So PAGCOR na under na sila sa mga special laws or agreements. Because of the indirect tax exemption, ang malang tanda natin, guys, the sales of these entities are subject to 0% VAT. Are they vatable? Yes, vatable sales na, but zero rated. Okay. Ang requirement natin sa effective zero rating, okay, requires prior application with the appropriate BIR office. So dapat kung sabihin ka nga region, dapat naka-apply ka sa BIR without an approved na. Dapat nandaan na natin, without an approved application for effective zero rating, the transaction otherwise entitled to zero ratings shall be considered exempt. Okay. Di ba na-differentiate natin zero rated na sale and sa exempt, no? So dapat maka-apply ko, no? So may approved dapat ng application for effective zero rating. An approved application shall be given prospective effect. Prospective meaning from the date of the approved application onwards. Prospective. Di ba ang opposite sina retrospective. So go work back siya. So prospective effect from the date received by the BIR. The same shall be valid until December 31 of the same year and renewable siya. Okay? And again, ang tandaan natin sa reciprocity exemption on embassies and their personnel. Embassies kuno and their qualified employees and dependents of employees do not have indirect exemption from under the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations, but they may be exempt under the principle of reciprocity. So under sila sa principle of reciprocity. So just go over with this list now sa ating multiple choice. Siguro may idugang lang din another entity. So ano di ang mga examples ng entities na may indirect tax exemption sila. So, di ba? It's a no-brainer. So, kinanglan natin just hapos lang niya. ADB, IRR, UN, USAID, embassies, National Red Cross, and PAGCOR. Okay? Under the reciprocity rule, ang foreign governments granting Philippines, which is na-discuss natin, nga gina-grant sa Philippine embassies. So, shall likewise be conferred same man ang treatment diri sa embassy sa ibang foreign countries diri sa Philippines. So dapat same treatment po siya. Qualified foreign embassies and their qualified personnels are qualified dependent and qualified dependents of the latter are issued. So dapat meron sila VAT exemption certificates or VAT exemption ID. Okay? VAT taxpayer selling to foreign embassies, personnel or their dependents with VEC or VEIC shall be entitled to the benefit of zero rating. Okay? Illustration. So, mayroon kitang Ukraine and Russian embassy na customer ni ABC Corporation. So, ang unique lang sila ang may reciprocity exemption. Kung without, subject siya sa 12% nga VAT. Kung with, okay, magiging zero rated VAT siya. So, very important din ang certificate. Okay? Sa mga companies natin. No? In the future, kung mga CPAs na kamo, ma-apply din natin. Actually, even sa amon, no? Currently, as we work sa hotel, so damo kita customers from foreign countries. So, importante kita mga VAT exempt certificates natin prior to giving them their statement of accounts. No? Kung wala sila, so technically, ga-start ang challenge kung wala certificate upon check-in, upon availments and services, tapos late na maabot ang certificate, so you just do some adjustments naman sa records natin. So, it's very critical, no? Okay. Yeah, we're done with this illustration. And we continue with previously zero-rated sales discussion. So, amani ko ng 4 kabilog, no? Before, naging-discuss natin nga zero-rated siya. So, meaning subong, to be subjected na sa 12% VAT upon successful completion ng naka-asterisk ang tatlo. Diba? Kung wala lang din ang sale of good to BSP. Kaya now exempt effective January 1, 2018. Foreign, so i-discuss na natin isa-isa. Foreign currency, sales under the internal export program, and sales to Boy Scout of the Philippines. So, muna ang previously zero-rated sale. The term foreign currency denominated sale kuno, both silingon sina nagbaligya kita sa mga non-residents, no? Non-residents meaning hindi mga Filipino or hindi taga dire, no, sa Philippines of goods except for export, no, of automobiles. So may exemption siya. Tanda natin. Basta gani guys, kung tuon kita, let's remember sa mga exemption. Okay? Just put some highlighters, some underscore, no, export. Exemption kita, export of mga auto natin and non-essential commodities. Kaya cover lang sila, di ba? Goods, services. Pero except sa automobiles, non-essential commodities, assembled or manufactured in the Philippines for delivery to a resident in the Philippines. Okay? Paid for in acceptable foreign currency and accounted for in accordance with the rules and regulation of BSP. Amo na ko ng both silingon sa number 1, foreign currency denominated sale. So, ging denominate siya, okay, sa foreign currency. Okay? Example, nagbaligya ako sa non-resident dito sa Philippines worth 10,000 pesos. Tapos, since ang currency is dollar, so ginapa-convert. So, mo na ang tawag foreign currency denominated sale. And then, sales under the internal export program of the government. So, may tawag man kitang sales ang locally manufactured. So, yung manufacture siya diri sa Philippines and yung assemble diri sa Philippines. So, tanda natin, goods for household and personal use of Filipinos abroad, para sa abroad siya, and other non-residents of the Philippines as well as returning overseas Filipinos under internal export program of the government paid for in convertible foreign currencies and accounted for in accordance with the rules, of course, ng BSP natin, shall also be considered export sales. Again, amo ni ang previously zero-rated na sales. Amo ni ito. Okay? To be subjected to 12% VAT upon successful completion and implementation of an effective VAT refund system. So, conditional pa ni siya. Okay? Yeah, I think that's it for under the zero-rated natin discussion. Previously zero-rated sales. Let's move forward to zero-rated sales of services. Kanina, ang first part in discuss natin, zero-rated sales of goods. So this time, we will discuss about sa mga services naman. Okay? Eventually, zero-rated sales of services will only include pero ano siya kabilog. So, isa-isaw ni natin. Ang anom ni kabilog, but mga salient, lang, mga important or mga vital principles lang natin nga i-go over. Okay? Kasi kung after mo basa, pag-highlight mo daw, tanan nga highlightan mo na lang. So, just highlight mga key terms like exempt, mga however, mga in general, or mga exemptions, or mga not included. Parisin zero-rated sales of services, okay? Amo lang ni ang ma-include under this classification. So, ano lang siya kabilog. Okay, number 1 sale of services to non-residents, okay? I hope na go over nyo ang list and move forward kita. Okay, ano ang na-means ang number 1? Sales of services to non-resident. Okay, services ko no other than, so except sa tatlo, other than processing, manufacturing, or repacking rendered to a person engaged in business conducted outside the Philippines or to a non-resident person not engaged in business who is outside the Philippines when the services are performed. So ano ko na? The term other services, okay, is not limited only to project studies, information, services, and engineering and architectural designs. The term encompasses any other services. So, usually kakatabo ni siya sa mga mga IT, no? Mga locally diri sila work sa Philippines tapos ga-sign up sila online. Mga I don't know, nakabati ka mo sang Odes, nakabati mo sang Fiverr, mga online like ma-sign up ka dira tapos dira ka ma-work sa ila. So, mga kliyente mo da usually mga foreigner or mga non-residents. So, usually, amo ni siya mga zero-rated mga sales naton. Tapos, other than, except diri sa tatlo, processing, manufacturing, or repacking, services must be performed in the Philippines. So, amo ni mga requirement. So, pila ni kabilog? I think tatlo lang requirement naton for zero rating of services to non-residents. Number 1 dapat ko ng service king performed diri sa Philippines, not sa outside the Philippines. So within the Philippines lang siya. Letter B, the services must be paid for in acceptable foreign currency or its equivalent in goods or services. So dapat ko ang currency dapat acceptable foreign currency or its equivalent in goods or services. Okay? And pangatlo, letter C, the payment must be accounted for. Though actually redundant naman lang, no? Dapat BSP, compliant sa rules and regulations. Okay. Illustration. Excel tailoring, a VAT registered taxpayer is engaged in panahi siya, sewing business. During the month, so amo niyang mga services nga ging render. So mayroon siya school uniform sa DLSU, so Philippine University, so local siya. Okay? Of course, kung local, So, subject siya sa VAT. Okay, kay VAT taxpayer siya. Garments. For Levi's, a foreign dressmaker. Finesse, a foreign textile naman sa curtains. So, manufacturer. So, foreign textile manufacturer. Ano ganito tawag natin? Okay, tatlo dapat ang tawag di nga criteria or requirement para consider siya as zero rating or zero rated siya. Okay? Must be performed in the Philippines. Okay? So, tanan, local man, di ba? Tapos ang klienteya, so ang first, subject sa VAT, 12%. Ang second, since domestic, di ba? Si DLSU. Ang second, zero rated VAT siya kay foreign dressmaker. So, may exemption lang diri ang sa finesse. Di ba? May nasiling kita diri nga except or other than processing, manufacturing, or repacking. Tama? So, meaning, the receipt from finesse is VAT exempt because it is a foreign consumption but is not paid in foreign currency. Okay? Ang baldiri, di ba? Dapat must be acceptable, must be paid in acceptable foreign currency. So, ano gibayad sa iya? Okay? Foreign textile manufacturer pero peso ang sign. So, sa aton nga exam galing, very critical man ang peso sign or dollar sign, no? So, since peso sign siya, though, ang transaction nyo, though as if, tawag din, as if local, no? Tama? Kaya dapat foreign currency ang gibayad dapat sa inyo. Okay? So, hindi siya ma-treat as zero rated. So, ma-consider siya, it is a foreign consumption. So, may mo siya nga VAT exempt. Maging VAT exempt siya. So, ano ang iyang consequence? Or ang iyang matabo sa mga reporting kay BIR? Siyempre, hindi ka makaklaim sa input VAT. Diba? Kay VAT exempt na siya. So, VAT exempt versus zero rated na sales. So, sa VAT exempt, wala ka na input tax na pwede maklaim kay BIR. Okay? Effectively, zero-rated sales of services. Local, okay? The local sale of services to a person or entity who was granted indirect, okay, exemption under special laws or international agreements shall likewise be subjected to 0% VAT. So, local sale of services to a person who was granted indirect tax exemption. Okay, dalikan lang natin. Ano to ang natagaan sa indirect? Okay, ari. Amo ni. So, 7 kabilog. Amo ni siya ang mga indirect tax exemption ng mga entities. So, let's go back sa ating example. Okay. Sa example natin, after sa Excel tailoring, si janitor, okay, sa mga janitors natin, mga palanggaan janitor. So, sa English, mga janitor, a VAT taxpayer, si sir, wala mga jokes sa walay, no? A VAT taxpayer provides security and janitorial services to building sa ambal natin sa International Rice Research Institute or IRI, no? Paid the taxpayer 200,000 pesos for the services rendered. Zero rated siya, di ba? Kay qualified na siya eh. Qualified for VAT zero rating. But janitor must first secure an approval from the BIR for an effective zero rating of receipts. So, dapat gali. Kung ikaw nakabaligya sa BIR, ikaw ang provide some security or example si janitor, local siya, di ba? VAT taxpayer. Tapos transact siya sa IRI, which is naka-avail sila sa indirect tax exemption, di ba? So, dapat si janitor makatuan na kay BIR. Oy, BIR, mangayo ko sang approval or secure approval from BIR for an effective zero rating of the receipt. So makuha ka gidanay sa approval from the BIR bago nila masiling nga zero rated na ang sale mo kay yearly. Okay, sa mga special entities nga naka-avail sa indirect tax, exempted mga tax. Okay? Next, services rendered to a person or to persons engaged in international shipping. So, ma-recall mo no, kagina nag-change lang services. Ari, kagina is goods, subong services. It's the same thing no, sa international shipping or air transport operation. May nadugang lang actually including leases of properties or leases of property for use thereof. Okay? May dugang siya. Ang ilang renta sa property. Siyempre, ang rent, di ba? Hindi man siya service, hindi siya goods, hindi service siya. Wala ka madamay ginabakal. Okay? Rent. So, man yung nadugang. Kagina sa goods nga gibaligan mo, amo lang na ang na-include mga usual goods, mga excluding mga non-essential, di ba? Mga automobiles. To be considered for zero rating, the service shall be, guys, highlight exclusively for international shipping or air transportation. Example, S2 Technologies specialized in aircraft repair maintenance services. So may client siya, Malay Airlines and Airfield. Malay Airlines, international air carrier, while Airfield, nadulang H, is a domestic carrier. So, ang kuha natin, mga international lang. So, ang service fee from Airfield, subject siya sa 12% VAT. Kaya wala ka man nag-transact siya. Ano gani? Key-term natin, international shipping or air transport operation. Ang service fee from Malay Airlines shall be subject to 0% na VAT. Another one, transport of passengers and cargo by a domestic air or sea carriers from the Philippines to a foreign country. Okay? Ang mga like Air Philippines, di ba? Mga or Philippine Airlines. So, ga-transport sila sa passenger and cargo from domestic, from the Philippines and then outside the country. So, ang outgoing transport services ko ni domestic air carriers sa dagat constitute services rendered in the Philippines to non-residents. It is therefore subject to zero-rated VAT. Ang incoming naman from outside, okay, incoming transport services of domestic and sa air or dagat, okay, constitute services rendered abroad to non-residents. Okay, this is a foreign consumption, therefore exempt from VAT. Okay, tanda natin, outgoing subject to zero-rated VAT. Kung incoming, exempt from VAT. So, or VAT exempt. Okay, zero-rated kung outgoing. Okay, kung incoming, pasulod sa Philippines, exempt from VAT. VAT exempt. Example, incoming. So, incoming, alaga na sa foreign countries to the Philippines, ano siya? VAT exempt. Okay? Ang outgoing, Philippines to other to foreign countries, mga 300 million, zero rated. And domestic flights, of course, subject to 12% nga VAT. Okay? Simple as that. Tama? Sale of power or fuel generated through renewable sources of energy. So the sale ko ng power or fuel from renewable sources of energy is zero-rated. So zero-rated sila. Renewable resources of energy may include but are not limited to biomass, solar, wind, hydropower, geothermal and steam, ocean energy, and other emerging sources using technologies such as fuel cells and hydrogen fuels. The zero rating treatment is limited to the sale of power and does not extend to sale of services related to the maintenance. Kita nyo da ang ang aton nga electric bills, makita nyo da sa billings naton, meron nga VAT on generation charge, tatlo lang ang bilog ng mga VAT. Nga the rest, di ba? Zero rated siya. Okay, wala kita makita da nga tax naton sa other mga charges. Limited lang siya sa sale of power and does not extend to sale of services. So, mag-sale ka na sa mga distribution charges, mga ano pa, kung ikaw ang gabaligya ng isang power, ikaw ang supply dito sa, di ba, ang tawag na sa more power, di ba, or eleco, distributor lang na sila. So, mayara nga power or fuel, no? Nga gabaligya sila ga-supply dito. So, muna ang inistorya natin. Muna ang gabaligya sa power or fuel generated through renewable energy. So, amo lang ni ang tawag di? Amo lang ni ang mga example nga pwede sila ma-zero rated na sale. Okay? Other than that, like mga wala man di diesel powered power plant, no? Wala din. So, subject sila. Hindi sila covered sa zero rating. Okay? Tandaan natin na mga renewable resources. Amo lang na ang pwede sa zero-rated mga sales. Next one, mga types of businesses in the electricity business naton. Generation companies. Ni siya mga person authorized by ERC to operate a facility used in the production of electricity. Number 2, transmission companies. So silang sa mga transmitters, di ba? Refer to a person that owns and conveys electricity through the high voltage backbone system. So, amo niyan tatlo bilog types ng electricity business and distribution companies. Number 3, refer to persons or entities including distribution utilities such as electric co-ops, which operates a distribution system with the provision of RA 9136. Or just correct your notes, IPIRAL law ni siya. Okay? Distribution companies and transmission companies are just pass-through entities. So, ginaagyan lang siya ang distribution companies. Okay? Illustration natin. Sale of electricity generated by hydro plant. Renewable? Yes. Solar plant? Yes. Coal power plant. Renewable siya. Ang coal. Wala siya, di ba, no? Wala siya. Ang gas power plant. Na-state dito sa example. Gas. Is it parts ng geothermal or and steam? Emerging sources. So, ang key term is renewable. Okay? Sources of energy. Di ba naka-deplete nga siya? No? Hindi siya ang coal, tapos mga natural gas na ton. Is it here? Wala. Wala siya, di ba? So, let's see. 22 million sales of electricity from hydro and solar are zero rated. Correct. The 45 million, ariyan 2 billion, coal and gas, okay, are subject to 12% VAT. So, sakto nga ito yung analysis. So, hindi siya renewable, naka-deplete lang siya. So, therefore, subject siya sa 12% nga VAT. Okay. Services rendered to eco-zones. So, kagina, eco-zones, in-discuss naman. So, this time, services. Okay, kagina, goods. Subong naman is services. So, may illustration kita. Orishi Enterprise, a VAT taxpayer engaged in electronic repair. Okay? Was accredited by Texas Instruments Philippines to be its PC board repair provider. Texas Instruments is a PEZA registered ecozone. Okay, manufacturer. Orishi Enterprise also provided electronic repairs on computers owned by several restaurants operating inside the ecozone. So, although restaurant siya within the ecozone, only those PEZA certified lang. PEZA registered ecozone. Amo lang na ang aton nga katutukan. Okay? Orishi Enterprise receipts from Texas Instruments Philippines is zero rated. The rest ko no, since establishments like restaurants inside the ecozones are not registrable enterprise na. So therefore, receipts from them are subject to 12% VAT. Only those, okay, during the analysis natin sa ating problem, only those mga companies nga registered sa PEZA. Okay? Amo lang na ang pwede ma-zero rated. The rest, subject mo to sa 12% nga VAT. Okay. Enhanced VAT refund system. So, ang key term lang din natin, DOF shall establish a VAT refund center in the BIR and the BOC that will handle the processing and granting the cash refunds of creditable input VAT within 90 days. All amount equivalent to 5% of the total VAT collections of the BIR and the BOC from the immediately preceding year shall be automatically appropriated annually and shall be treated as a special account in the general fund. Kumbaga daw yun na-discuss lang niya kung ano ang VAT refund system nila. Paano i-refund ang VAT for this mga zero rated. Di ba may ginatawag kita nga exempt siya. Tapos may harapan nga zero rated. So mga zero rated sales na to, may harapan nga VAT refund system. Okay? Because wala ka output VAT pero may harapan ka nga creditable input VAT. So may option ka, di ba, to refund, request sa refund sa BIR, and the other one is imoon mo siya nga credit sa mga bayaran. Okay? Officials, agents of BIR who deliberately causes delay in the processing shall be subjected to, of course, sa lang na ilang system within the tax code. Okay. Moving forward, zero-rated sales that will be subjected to 12% VAT upon establishment of an enhanced VAT refund system. So once ma-establish ko no ang VAT refund system, mga zero-rated sales nga ni will be subjected to 12% VAT upon establishment pending the successful establishment and implementation of an enhanced VAT refund system. The following shall still be considered export sales subject to 0%. So, mentras wala pa sang enhanced VAT refund system, basta wala pa ni, okay, hindi pa siya ma-establish, okay, hindi pa siya ma-12% VAT. So, subong 0% VAT pa lang siya. Kaya ang concept diri is, since hindi pa sila ma-subject sa 12% VAT, ma-refund gid siya, di ba? Ma-refund. Okay, that's why kinanglan sang ating government ang enhanced VAT refund system. So sila ma-refund sa taxpayers. Sale, so mani siya mga following considered export sale subject to 0% VAT. Number 1, the sale of raw materials, packaging materials to non-resident buyer, okay, for delivery to a resident export-oriented enterprise to be used in manufacturing, processing, packing, or repacking in the Philippines of the said buyers of goods. Again, same rules, no? Paid in acceptable foreign currency and accounted for in accordance with the rules and regulation of BSP. Number 2, sale of raw materials or packaging material to an export-oriented enterprise whose export sales exceeds na, ang percentage na tandaan natin, 70% of total annual production. 70% of total annual production. Okay? Number 3, those considered export sales under EO 226 or Omnibus Investment Code of 1987 and other special laws. So, pending daw for successful establishment. So, kumbaga, wala pa na naging successful ang pag-establish ang enhanced VAT refund system. So, ang tatlong they will be subjected to 0% VAT. All we need to do is just to have this memorized. Memorize na natin ang tatlo kabilog. Okay? The following sales of services, mapagit na additional, no? Shall likewise be considered zero-rated, okay? In addition sa sa tatlo, i-discuss natin, may additional pa siya nga duwa: processing, manufacturing, repacking of goods or repacking goods for other persons doing business outside the Philippines, which goods are subsequently exported. Na after that gina-export, so it will be subjected to zero rated magyapon. Number 2, services performed by subcontractors and or contractors in processing, converting, manufacturing goods for an enterprise whose export sales exceed 70% of total annual production. Doging liwat-liwat ka lang first two, no? The only difference here actually is, I think, subsequently na exported. Ang sa babaw, export-oriented na siya dan. Kumbaga ang dire, hindi siya, kumbaga ginaubra siya, okay? Doing business outside the Philippines which are exported subsequently. Ang mga nadugang, I think. Okay? Number 2, ano kinalayan dire sa 70%? I-analyze natin, no? Sale of raw materials, okay? Packaging. So, export-oriented enterprise. Okay? Ang sa babaw, export-oriented enterprise. Ako muna, in general. Ang sa ikaduwa, wala siya export-oriented. Hindi siya export-oriented. Okay? Pero, subsequently, i-export nun siya. Okay? Whose export sales na. So, same ang treatment sa iya. Magiging zero rated. So, ang 5 ning example, okay, plus ang duwa de, ni siya ang subject to 0% nga VAT. So, iwat-iwatan mo lang. At least ma-memorize mo, processing, manufacturing, subsequently. So, doing business outside the Philippines. So, tapos lang, no? Ang difference nila, ang sa first, export-oriented, resident export-oriented enterprise. Okay? Let's move forward. Sale to an export-oriented na. Ginliwat lang. Sale to an export-oriented enterprise. Any enterprise whose export sales exceed 70% of the total annual production of the preceding taxable year shall be considered as an export-oriented enterprise. So, kumbaga depende sa percentage sang export sales. So, hindi man siya 100%, kundi ceiling natin is 70% at least na sales niya is mga export sales. Okay. Requirement natin, I think dual lang, no? A and B. Requirement for zero rating of export sales to non-residents. The sale must have been paid, okay, same magyapon, paid in acceptable foreign currency. Number 2, sale must be accounted for under, of course, the rules and regulations ng ating BSP. Amo ni ang mga considered export sales under EO 226 and other special laws. So, pila ni kabilog? There are 1, 2, 3, 4. Tapos under sa number 4, meron ka A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, so may anong siya kabilog. Okay. Ano ni siya? The Philippine FOB or FOB value of export products exported directly by an export producer. So, ano ni siya considered as export sales. Ang Philippine FOB value of export products exported directly by an export producer. Okay, number 2, the net selling price of export products sold by a registered producer to another export producer. Okay, the net selling price of export products sold by a registered producer. So, local producer siya, tapos kibaligyan niya sa export producer. The net selling price of, kumbaga sa true or false or sa multiple choice naton. So, mahatag example sa mga money, no? 4 kabilog or di sa dalom. So, sa DND, ang makonsidered as export sales. Okay? Amo ni mga special laws naton, Executive Order 226. Okay? Net selling price of export products, nibaligya siya sa registered export producer to an export trader. So, puro lang export, no? Export, 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 that is subsequently exports the same. So, to another export producer. By an export producer, export, okay, subsequently exports the same. Number 4, even without actual exportation, the following shall be considered constructively. Okay, constructively, wala actual exportation, wala may natabo nga nagpadala ka sa example, local producer ka tapos nag-export ka, there's no actual, but constructively, kumbaga daw deemed sales, daw nga style ba lang, like constructively export na siya, na-consider export. Okay, anong kabilog? Kung magbaligya kita sa two-banded manufacturing warehouse, so ang warehouse na to, export-oriented enterprise siya. So, considered siya as export sale. Although wala ka nag-export pagwa ng mga product. Pero nagbaligya ka sa mga export-oriented enterprise. Okay, letter B, sales to export processing zones. So, pursuant to RA 7916, 7903, and 7922 and other similar export processing zones. So, mali yung tandaan natin. Kung export processing zones, kumbaga gina-process din for export siya. So, export sale man na siya makonsider. Okay? Letter C, sale to enterprise duly registered and accredited by the Bay Metropolitan Authority. So, magbaligya ka din ko, no, sa mga duly, okay? Duly registered lang and accredited sa BMA or Bay Metropolitan Authority. So, makonsider siya as export sales. Letter D, sale to registered export traders operating banded sa mga banded manufacturing warehouses gani, supplying raw materials in the manufacture of export products. Basta related siya sa mga export products na to. Letter E, sales to diplomatic missions, okay, and other agencies and or instrumentalities granted tax immunities of locally manufactured, assembled, repacked products, whether or not paid for in foreign currency. Okay, mga diplomatic missions. So, key term, diplomatic missions and other agencies or instrumentalities. Okay? As long as nag-grant sila sa tax immunities. Immunities meaning immune sila sa tax, hindi sila matax. So, as long as granted sila sa tax immunity. So, magiging zero rated siya, magiging export sale siya. Okay? Sale of goods, properties to a BOI, Board of Investment Registered Manufacturer or Producer. Okay? As simple as that. So, A, B, C, D, E, F. So, anong kabilog? By legal fiction, diplomatic missions and instrumentalities with tax immunity are outside the tax jurisdiction of the state. So, kumbaga, hindi sila matax ng Philippine government because outside na siya sa tax jurisdiction. Ang mga diplomatic missions and instrumentalities, taxable sila sa ilang country. So, sa Philippines, immune sila, hindi sila matax sa Philippine government. The sale to these entities is akin to a sale to non-residents. Okay? And is therefore considered as export sale. Okay? And this is our last slide, I think, no? Sale of goods, properties, or services. So, kung yung ano lang siya, yung elaborate sa mga BOI or Board of Investment, registered manufacturer or producer. The sale of goods, properties, or services made by a VAT registered supplier to a BOI registered manufacturer, producer whose products are 100% exported are considered export sales. So, dapat ang percentage is 100%. A certification to this effect, which is good for 1 year, must be issued by BOI. So, dapat may issued yun siya nga GUI. Okay? I think that's it for our discussion sa Module 6, Output VAT, Zero-Rated Sales. Hopefully, in this simple discussion, no, there are things na we need to remember. Ang concept sang zero-rated, okay, i-differentiate natin ang zero-rated sa VAT exempt, okay, ng mga sales. And also, ubos na akong tingo. Also, zero-rated sales of goods. So, export sales and effectively zero-rated sales, okay? So, guys, I think that's it. So, after this live streaming natin, after this live discussion natin, you can go back sa atin yung discussion. You can just scroll sa atin, you can just swipe, you can just drag our video there sa YouTube while it is available sa atin for this output VAT zero-rated sales. Again, ang atin nga mid-summer coverage from Module 1 to Module 6. Acronyms or mga like kung ano ang mas effective sa inyo na mas masaulong mo siya, or ano ang like patukar ka sa music siguro, or something like maka-help sa inyo makasaulo ka, or sometimes coffee break man ka mo, or okay? So, I love you guys. See you soon.